All right. Hello, YouTube. My name is David Sadler. I am a friend of Russellmania, also known as Hoo Hoo Mania, and you guys have probably never even heard of me, but I am a huge UFC collector. Here's one of my newest hits, the old school Six Sigs. Just got this, got all the old school greats on there. Number 2 of 5. Pretty happy about that. Anyway, Russ told me about this great contest that you guys are running in conjunction with Trade Night 20 down in St. Louis. Unfortunately, I have bills to pay. I will be at work. But I'd like to come down and, introduce myself, see if there's any UFC guys down there. Um, but I still want to try to get in on the competition if that's all right with everybody. I've done all the I've got all the pertinent details figured out here. I did subscribe to RBI Crew 7. I subscribed to Darren Styles over at Sports Card Direct. I checked out Sports Card Direct. I signed up for my free buyer's account. I looked through. Not a lot of UFC stuff, but there's some cool stuff nonetheless on there. So I will continue to check it out and maybe even list a little bit of my UFC stuff. Um, I wish I was at. I will be plugging Trade Night 20 right now. I wish I was at the Trade Night. It's always amazing when if I go to card shows with Russ, you know, just the kind of the cool stuff that's out there in baseball and football and all the other sports that I'm just not really into. Um, with that being said, my ideal card store. Hmm. Well, first of all, I co-host a great podcast that talks about all things MMA called Beyond the Cage. What a better name for a card shop than Beyond the Cage? I will. This will be a card store that I think there's not a huge market for it, but it would obviously have lots of UFC stuff, lots of WWE stuff, and of course we would carry baseball, hockey, basketball, football, all the other stuff. Um, I've watched a lot of these videos of these other video responses from other folks, and one thing that we don't have here in our hometown is our card shop is about this big. It's very small. It's a card and coin shop. So it's not real big. There's not a whole lot going on. It doesn't feel like a very welcoming place to come in, sit down, rip wax, you know, kind of, you know, talk about how great the Bulls or the Blackhawks or whatever your team is. So kind of going to go off of what Mr. Hoo Hoo Mania said, where I would want a store where the atmosphere is a relaxing type atmosphere. Come in, have a couple lazy boys, maybe a couch, a few cold beverages perhaps in the freezer or the fridge, a TV to watch the game, something. I'm one of those guys that when it comes down to trades and buying cards, I'm not trying to make $1 million here. If I know a guy really wants a card for a PC, I'm the kind of guy that, you know, I'm gonna find it, and if I can hook him up, I'm gonna hook him up as best I can, and I, kind of hope that I get that back. Um, little karma never hurt nobody, and yeah, it's I love the hobby a lot. Like I said, I've I've gone back now that Russ has showed me. I've watched some of the RBI Crew 7 videos, and it seems like everybody has nothing but great things to say about him. Um, I'm subscribed now, so I will see all the videos as they pop up. And yeah, hopefully I'll be at the Nationals with Russ come July. So if you're or end of July, early August, maybe I'll get a chance to introduce myself to everybody. But this will. Oh, might as well plug myself. I'm plugging everybody else. If you guys are into MMA, feel free to check out the Beyond the Cage podcast. It's on YouTube. You can search it, Beyond the Cage podcast. We go live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. So you can check us out there. And we got links in all of our videos to all sorts of other MMA stuff. So Yeah, check us out. It was great. Hopefully I didn't ramble too long. And thanks for letting me attempt to win some credit here. Thanks a lot, guys.